Well, Jim, first thing I want to say is I really appreciate it being invited out on the hunt. This is the first time I got a chance to come out on one of your dealer hunts, and I know y'all have sales meetings and stuff. And this is your 98 version of introducing people to the product. And one biggest thing I noticed right off the bat that a lot of these people know how to bow hunt. And why don't you share with us just a little bit about what's taking place out here this weekend and what's going on?
Sure, Gary. This is our annual dealer hunt that we have, and we put on 2 or 3 of these a year, and this gives us an opportunity to bring some of our dealers that we have throughout the country. They come from all areas of the country, PA, Ohio, all over the place, and it comes at the end of a sales meeting that we have, and it gives us an opportunity to bring dealers and salesmen together along with the factory people to introduce them to some of the Alabama hunting, which you and I appreciate, but some of the folks up north don't have a chance to come down here and hunt. It's a super time to do it. The weather's great, and we're always enjoying doing it.
And one thing that we wanted to mention again is Pearson and McPherson. They do a good job of getting people who know the woods and know how to bow hunt. And you have everybody that works with y'all even knows how to go out and shoot a bow.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's a good point. That you know, everybody within the factory. In fact, we put a lot of emphasis on that with our salespeople, with the dealers that we have, because only through those kinds of efforts can you get the end consumer the product that he needs to make sure his draw length is correct, the bow weight is correct, everything that you need to do in order to service a customer after the sale. So that's what we're proud of, the people that we have. We've got some of the most knowledgeable sales folks in this industry, as well as some of the most knowledgeable dealers. So we got a proud group of folks out there. So
well, speaking of product, why don't you tell us a little bit about maybe some of the product that you got out now and some of the things that we can look forward to seeing in the future?
Sure, be glad to. These are I think everybody was familiar with. This was our #1 selling bow last year. This is the 441. It is on the Ben Pearson side of the company. This bow has been improved for 1999 with the addition of a wide track wheel. As everybody may be familiar with, this has the Z1 single cam on it. Super bow. It's quiet. It's a good, comfortable, forgiving bow. It's an excellent hunting bow.
And I believe that's the one I started off with, and it's just been a super bow. And everybody I've talked to, including some of the dealers out here, I mean, they just said, hey, what a bow to start off with.
That's right, and that's why this bow is our #1 selling bow in the line right now.
All right, great.
Another bow that we had real good success with last year, which is an old name in the industry, is the Ben Pearson Spoiler. This is a Spoiler ZX. This is the fastest bow we have in the line. It's got an IBO rating of 320 feet a second. And IBO rating is a bow that's set up at 30-inch draw, 70 pounds, shooting a 350 grain arrow. So there's apples to apples that you can compare other bows with. This bow's built for speed. It's a quick bow, fast bow, and if somebody's looking for a bow with a lot of speed, the Spoiler ZX is it.
This is the same bow that has been around for a long time, right?
Absolutely. The Spoiler has been around since the 70s. It is a well-recognized name. A lot of people moving up into another bow look for a Spoiler. This is the bow for them. Now, another bow that we introduced that first time in the catalog is 1999. We introduced it mid-year last year, is a bow called the Genesis 2000. And as you can see, the Genesis 2000 has an elaborate riser, but the key benefit to the Genesis is the offset handle, which allows someone to lay their hand in a more natural, relaxed grip position. Super bow, this is the upper end, sort of the flagship bow of the line, has been a super bow this year. Turning a lot of heads.
All right, now as far as the grip design, tell us a little bit more about the grip design.
It is, we've actually canted it out. A lot of companies, they've got the risers straight up and down.
Right.
And the hand is more natural if you raise it up instead of trying to turn it in a more vertical fashion, a little bit offset. And that's what this handle is done. It sets your hand in a more natural fashion. It turns the wrist out of the way, so you're less likely to slap, so you can shoot a lower brace height with a lot less slap.
So actually, when you're holding it, you got a little bit more of this out of the way than you would begin with.
And the fatigue factor, if you're a shooter and you're shooting in tournaments during the day, and after 2 or 3 hours of shooting, the fatigue factor of holding the hand this way versus this way is a lot less.
Okay.
So it's a super bow. It's gone over extremely well. It's first year in the catalog this year.
As far as these bows are concerned, it's from a top line to a beginning level.
Right.
What are you suggesting that people really really focus on?
Well, this bow has its own attributes and things that, you know, someone who's an accomplished hunter looking for the top end bow, the Genesis will be that bow. This bow is a bow that'll retail in the high $600 range, but we have bows all the way down to the 440 that'll retail in the $350 range. So we try to fit all areas of the price point so that we can take care of all consumers out there.
Well, one thing I found out real quickly about the 441 is it was a bow that a lot of people even stepped up to.
Absolutely.
From the bows they had, and I was really amazed and proud to see that last year, because, you know, a lot of people were hunting with good bows.
Right.
They were having pretty good luck, but they just wanted a little bit more, and the 441 gave them that opportunity.
It is, and the 441 is a terrific bow. It is a bow that you know, it's got a lot of quality in it for the price. You got a whole lot of bow for the money, and Pearson has always been able to put forth product that is priced right and has premium quality at the same time, and that's an effort or an area that that we have grown in. That's one reason that this company in the last year has grown so dramatically.
Well, yeah, and that's like it goes back to the same thing. Pearson and McPherson have so many people out there who actually are good hunters. They shoot in competitions.
Absolutely.
They're good hunters. I've hunted with some of the best that I've hunted with, and we've got, I guess, 30 or 40 people out here this year.
Absolutely.
And I tell you what, they can shoot, and we want to tell you how much we appreciate your sponsorship and doing such a good job on the bows, and look forward to a new year next year, and anything that we can do to help, give us a holler.
You betcha, Gary. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim.
We get some shooting tips from Jim Brown next on Gary Finch Outdoors.
Archery, like the sports of baseball, tennis, and golf, involves a high degree of eye-hand coordination and extreme concentration. It requires strength, balance, and control from draw to release. Just about every culture around the world, from China to America, has recognized and honored shooters who have displayed prowess with a bow. Our latest hero in America is Justin Hewish, who at 21 won the United States' first gold medal in men's archery during the Atlanta Olympic Games. Archery has long been an Olympic sport, but its latest and fastest growth has been through the advancement of equipment towards hunting and the 3D shooting competitions that simulate hunting conditions. From compound bows with composite materials to fiber optic light gathering sights, bow hunting has been constantly moving toward the high tech. Hunters are finding that through archery, they can enjoy their favorite sport and hone their skills year-round. With a program of target shooting, scouting, and hunting, a dedicated bow hunter can develop archery into a sport that covers every month in the year. Like most outdoor sports, bow hunting also offers the sideline benefits of meeting others while sharing ideas and techniques. Our second crew joined Pearson research and developer Roger Templeton. Roger chose a tree on the edge of a logging road at the end of a field. His first visitors were a group of turkeys, followed closely by 2 does. As the sun set, the deer skirted across the road, and Roger drew on the second. I'd set my stand on the edge of a large green field. It wasn't long before a nice, healthy buck began feeding straight towards my tree. There was a little bit too much activity in the woods behind me for this buck's taste. He really never got comfortable feeding by himself, and when he spotted a doe exiting the back of the field, it was all the prompting he needed to follow her lead. Even though I didn't have a chance to take a shot, it was still a great hunt. Before the hunt was over, our group had taken bucks and does during this opening weekend in South Alabama. We would like to thank the pros at Ben Pearson Archery for including us in their hunt and providing great tips on bow hunting. We found that archery is a great way to extend our whitetail season and get the most out of our hunting. We look forward to bringing you more bow hunts again this season. Look for us next week right here on Gary Finch Outdoors.